Billy Lucci's in studio. So is Jaylen Henderson. What's up, man?
Yes, sir. What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Good to see you.
Yes, sir, you too.
Happy to have you on the show. Can you just start us off? How's your recovery going?
It's going good. I'm ahead of schedule right now, about 3 weeks post surgery, so everything's going good, and just thank God and ready for the rehab and everything, man.
That's great.
What take us through? I guess when you took that hit and you went down. I've broken that bone, so obviously you knew immediately that that something was wrong there.
Yeah.
Take us through that moment, and then the first couple of days after.
Yeah, so
it's uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah, I've never broken or got hurt like that
Really?
at all, so I didn't know if it was dislocated or broken. And I was like, "Is it out?" And he was like, "Yeah, something is dislocated, but it was my bone that was out, so he had to pop it back in to stabilize it." And it was very uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep like the first 3 or 4 days, but then after that, everything it's like gotten better every day. My range of motion's coming back. I can bend it. I could throw right now. So
you can throw already.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So it's been
just
a
getting the
smooth
strength
transition.
back and the range of motion.
Yeah, just getting the strength, and obviously it's weak. I just had the surgery, but it's getting better every day.
How once it kind of set in that hey, I've got the last game, but season-ending injury, I'm going to need surgery. At any point, did you look at it and go, okay, this is not optimal. This stinks. I wanted to play in that bowl game. I love going out there with the guys. I don't want to sit out for any period. But at least it wasn't something that's going to drag into next year. Because when you went down, where I was standing on the field, Johnny and I were standing there watching. He said, "Oh man, that's going to be his knee. He's going to be done all of next year."
Yeah.
And we both thought that because we couldn't see. We saw the hip, but we couldn't see what happened. But at some point, did you go, you know what? This is as much as it hurts, this is a shorter term thing. I'll be back, as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm just blessed it wasn't my neck or my back or my knee, because a lot of people thought it was that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was upset, pissed off. I prepared 3 weeks or however it was for the bowl game, and then the very first play of the game, you get hurt. So I was definitely upset. Just had to come back, try to root my guys on. And then at least it's nothing crazy where I have to miss a whole year. It's a 6 to 8 week recovery. Just got to attack it strong and be back for spring ball.
So your thoughts are be back for spring ball?
Oh, yeah.
That's
I'll be
the
back
timeline?
for sure
Nice.
for spring ball.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm sure you're familiar with the quarterback situation at A&M throughout the last few years. Like, people get hurt left and right, right? Like, it's so.
Sure, man, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's. How hard was it for you walking off the field at that moment? Did you know, like, this is it, or did you think maybe we'll be able to?
I didn't know what it was, and then like I did on the field. They told me it was broken.
So they knew right away.
Yeah, they knew right away it was broken, and I asked them. I was like, I know there's a special shot or something back there for me to come back in the game. And it was like, nah, it's broke.
You would have been legend.
You can't do it. But so that was kind of that. Like, I was talking to my parents after. I was like, we need a priest in the quarterback room or something to pray for us, because it's every year something's happening.
Or new line co. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. Listen.
Cut that part.
Here's the deal. Speaking of, we can't cut it. It's live radio this time. Speaking of, though, new coaching staff.
Yeah.
The going through the change. We talked about that last time you were here. I think we even talked a little bit about Colin Klein, but getting to know him since you've been here in this early offseason, him and Coach Elko in particular. What are your early impressions and as you've studied the first early impressions of them as coaches, and then I want to ask you about the offense.
It's been a great transition with the coaching staff. It's exactly what we needed in the program. The first week of training right now, you can tell this is what a championship program is supposed to look like. So we're all excited with the training and everything. And the offense, the stuff that I've looked at, it looks pretty impressive. And we're just all excited and get ready to go in the spring.
How do you feel like you fit in the offensive scheme? Because I watched your game, and then I watched Kansas State, and it looks like it could be a nice fit.
Yeah, I feel like it's tailor-made for me. The stuff that Coach Klein did with Will Howard, I feel like I can do a lot of the same stuff. So I feel like it's definitely tailor-made for me. I'm excited to get rolling.
How you mentioned championship program and what it's supposed to look like. Give us like one or two examples of something where you go, okay, I'm really impressed with this in the early going.
Well, Coach Moffitt and his strength staff, they've done a great job. Just having structure within. Like, if you miss something, you have to be held accountable. Like, there's no second chances. Like, obviously it's out of love, but if you miss something, you have to be held accountable and just move on. That's how we want to be treated as grown men. That's how it's going to be in real life after football. So, and then coming from Fresno State, I mean, we won the championship. No, it's not SEC, but just to win, it's hard. And it was kind of similar to how it is here now. So I know what it kind of looks like.
Does the vibe feel different around the players? And I know you just got started, but just the way you guys are interacting, then you guys coming in, the coaching staff, does it feel different?
It does. Even though it's a lot of competition, it seems like it's a lot of love and joy to be here right now. Just going through the grind from now to spring, the summer to fall and then season. So it's definitely a good vibe going on, and everybody's just excited right now.
What did you think of the way Marcel came in and was put in a tough situation and came out there and balled?
I was proud of him. I told him after the game, I was like, man, I'm proud of you. It was tough. You see the guy get hurt first play, you're not ready for that. So he came in, did a good job, stepped up, and he did what he had to do.
How excited are you about you see A&M and what they're doing in the portal, offensive line, but in particular for you, tight end and wide receiver?
Yeah.
Have you followed that closely? I know you followed the tight end one pretty closely.
Yeah, so got Trey Watson, a lot of other guys from the portal. Definitely helps as a team. You good, man?
Yeah. Go get some water?
Yeah.
This one hasn't been opened.
Perfect.
Nah, it definitely helps though. Every time I refresh on Twitter, I see another guy.
Yeah.
The Manziel thing. So, but everybody's came in ready to work. We all welcome them with open arms and everything. So
for those who don't know Trey, tell us a little bit about his game and your relationship.
He's a versatile tight end. He's a guy that can block and also catch the ball. Runs really, really good routes. Great kid. I know it's his family, really good family, and feel like he's going to really embrace Aggieland. They're going to embrace him too. So glad to have him here.
What are your thoughts on this like portal madness? And it just feels like it's never ending. Yeah. Because you have one coach leave and then another coach gets hired, and you think the portal's closed, but now the guys get 30 extra days. Is it something that, as you're sitting here at A&M, are you like the fans right now going, hey, more chaos means more players for us? And then in terms of just playing college football today, how weird does it feel to see like a guy you played with at Fresno and you come to A&M and then he commits to Washington. Now he's coming to A&M and just all these moving parts. Have y'all as players had to adjust to say, hey, my team, no matter what happens, win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. My team this year is going to look a heck of a lot different than it did last year, and then it will next year. It feels like y'all are having to make adjustments in order to kind of keep team chemistry at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it was already crazy. Like, you'll never have the same team again next year, but now with the portal, guys getting NIL, coaches leaving. Like, when a coach leaves, you can guarantee he's taking half the roster now with him. And it's just wild, but luckily for us, DeBoer left, so we got Trey. So I'm kind of happy about that one.
What do you think of DeBoer? You probably have some pretty interesting perspective on him.
He's a good coach. He lets his staff do a good job coaching the players. And I'm just lucky he brought me in the Fresno. He recruited me there, so I got nothing but good things to say about him and his family.
Were you rooting for them in the title game, or them or Michigan? Who was your team?
I didn't really. You
didn't care.
Yeah, it didn't really matter to me. I'm just happy Texas didn't get there and win. So
you mentioned Tommy Moffitt.
Same.
Yeah, heck yeah. You mentioned Tommy Moffitt earlier. Just we've seen him talk. We've seen clips. Tell me what you've seen in the limited time.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that comes with a lot of energy. He gets us going. Like, he's definitely tough on us, but that's what we need. And we all enjoy him and love him. And he just, like I said, brings a lot of energy to the team. But he also makes it fun. It's not like just all work. It's still a fun aspect. Everybody wants to be there and get the work in.
How have you fought? We talked about all those portal guys and stuff, and I asked you about the receivers and tight ends. But have you noticed what they're adding in the secondary? And are you kind of anxious and ready to say, I want to throw against these guys and kind of see what they've got? Because there's such a – not only is there a large number of guys, but those freshmen we saw in the bowl game, I think people forget, were true freshmen.
Exactly.
So somebody out of that group's likely to make a big jump too. So as a QB, how interested are you in saying, I want to throw against these guys and see what they bring to the table?
No, I'm real interested, man. It's a lot of competition in that secondary. It's competition everywhere, but I feel like especially secondary. We got a lot of guys. Just got the Alabama guy and a whole bunch of guys after that. So should be fun. They all look like pretty good players. Like you said, the freshmen, they have more experience now. So just going to be fun competing with everybody.
In this new world of NIL and transfer portal, people deciding that they're going to stay. Why was it important for you to stay at Texas A&M?
Well, here at Aggieland, they embraced my family, and that was important. Like, we love relationships, and the new staff that came in, they were very upfront and honest with us. And that's all I can ask for as a player. Like, you don't get a lot of that in the coaching world or the college football world anymore. So I was just, what the coaches were preaching, I was excited for it. And I feel like Coach Klein, like, we could reach the ceiling and, win a championship. That's the whole reason why all of us came here, to win a championship. And we haven't got one here in the SEC. So that's our goal coming in for this year.
And that quarterback room, the competition there, how much does that make you better? Marcel showing success. Obviously, what Connor's been able to do, what you've been able to do, it raises your level, right?
Oh, yeah. I feel like we got the best quarterback room in the country. We got a lot of guys. We all stepped up when we had to and played and did a good job. So, like, it's definitely, we're going to get better every day. And as a competitor, I love that. I'm never going to run from a competition, love to compete, get myself better and get those guys better as well.
Before we go, I got to ask you, NFL, a lot of good quarterbacks left in this playoff field. Final 8 this weekend. What's your prediction? Who's going to the Super Bowl and who's going to win it?
Well, I'm a Ravens fan.
Oh,
no.
Before anybody says I'm a bandwagon, I've been a fan since I was 8 years old.
Really?
We had Ray Rice.
Oh, yeah.
Ray Lewis, all those, Rashad Berryman, all those
Ed
guys.
Reed still there?
He was still there. Joe Flacco. So I've been
We're familiar with Joe.
Yeah. I've been a Ravens fan, so I got us winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't disappoint me.
I'm a Texans fan. I think the Ravens are going to win.
Yeah.
But it's fun to see Lamar and CJ go at it,
yeah.
man. Especially you play the position, those two guys this weekend.
Now, CJ been balling, and he's from Cali, so shout out to my guy.
Little trivia that you may or may not know. Obviously, you know that Petrino coached Lamar, right? Your old QB coach, OC. But the other part of that is Lamar Jackson beat A&M his freshman year in a bowl game.
Really?
Louisville was coached by Petrino. Lamar was a freshman. He managed to elude Myles Garrett.
Wow.
So you had Lamar Jackson, Myles Garrett. And A&M's quarterback in that game should have been Kyler Murray. He transferred a week before the bowl game.
That's right.
So we would have had the Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, like the Music City Bowl that no one cares about, and it would have literally been Lamar versus Kyler. That would have been something pretty special with Myles Garrett running around at DN.
Yeah. Who ended up playing when Kyler left?
Well, it was Kyle Allen, and he left.
I got you.
And then a week later, so the job was Kyler's. He left. Not the most positive memory for Aggie fans. Right. and then that was under Coach Sumlin. And then it was they literally went to Jake Hubenak, he wasn't a walk-on. He came scholarship, but he was a backup at Oak State. Played. As the game went on, some would say outplayed Lamar in the second half. Problem is Lamar had about 350 in the first half. They couldn't come back. A&M had Josh Reynolds and Christian Kirk at receiver, so they mounted a little bit of a comeback, but Louisville ended up winning that one.
I got you.
Hey, Jaylen, before we let you go, so our audience gets to know you a little bit, what are you into when you're not doing football and books? Like, what's your life?
I'm a guy who loves to play Madden 2K.
Yeah?
If I'm not like in the playbook or doing whatever, love to play 2K Madden. And just hang out with friends and family. Really, just explore, do all that stuff. I don't know. I like to hoop. When I get my arm right, I like to shoot around a little bit and everything. So just really open for whatever. Just go with the flow type of guy. So.
Who can hoop on the team? Who are some ballers?
Gotta see who's still here. Bryce Anderson can hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcel, he could hoop.
Okay.
I could hoop.
Yeah.
Put myself in there.
What position do you like to play when you're out there?
I play shooting guard. Let the guy bring it up and then kick it to me. Either hit the three or slash and dish or whatever.
You can hit threes?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to call Buzz,
Any lefty, you got to be able to shoot now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, unless you're me.
You're lefty too?
It was like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I'm lefty. I could not shoot, though. That's the problem.
I got you.
Maybe a free throw. Yeah, you saw me outside. I did outshoot.
Oh, you did? All right. We can do the rematch, though.
We can, because I'll be honest with you. Yesterday, no one was around.
Yeah.
And I was about to leave for lunch. I had to sit there for a few minutes. First three I made. That's almost impossible, and I might go do it again.
All right, we're going to see.
We got it on tape from the other day. They never – of course, when I do something good, they don't show it.
That was 2023. So
That's true.
Now,
That's true. You do have a broken arm, though. So.
Hey, it's the right. I'm left-handed.
Hey, let me ask you one final thing about Ainias.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to play in the bowl game. Just what is his impact, him on the sidelines, coaching, being around those last few weeks? What did it mean to that group?
Yeah, just having him around. He's a leader if he's playing or as a coach. just his presence there he's always coming with energy and a great guy just to be around. So we all love him, and hope his recovery's going good. Hope he gets drafted and all that stuff. Wish nothing but the best. Love him and his family. So
he's just a playmaker,
yeah,
right?
He is. It definitely wish he was playing, but we understood why he got hurt, and then the whole draft situation and everything too. So, but him being there is just great still.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so
Jaylen,
much for coming in.
You're just, I know Aggie fans appreciate it. We appreciate it. I appreciate just the positivity, the attitude that you bring, not only to the program, but in here, social media after you got hurt. Most people, you're waiting for everyone to tell you it's going to be okay. Here he is going out saying, hey, guys, I'm fine.
Yeah.
That is not go unnoticed, just so you know. So
Thank
you, that's your parents, that's the whole deal. So
yes, sir.
appreciate you.
At your first press conference, I asked you about being noticed around town.
Oh, yeah.
How is that now, man? Like, people know you.
Yeah. It's definitely a blessing. I remember I just went to Brookshire with Trey. He just got here, so I went to Brookshire with him, and everybody was like, "What up, Jaylen?" And I was like, "Trey, it's gonna be you. Like, it's you win or like do stuff. They show love. So definitely got to bring a championship for them. They've been great. So."
Well, thank you for coming in.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank
again.
you, Billy. Appreciate you. This interview is sponsored by the 12th Man Foundation. The 12th Man Foundation is the official source for Texas A&M athletics tickets.